Yeah, Lisa, experts say this problem is bigger than just kids being kids. They say Scranton is dealing with an issue of national gangs here in the city being controlled out of areas such as New York and New Jersey. And while they say this isn't new for Scranton, the rate of juvenile crime is. It's scenes like this that have become far too common in Scranton, as juvenile gang violence has been hard to combat. It's an issue thrust into the spotlight in January after the shooting of police detective Kyle Gilmartin.
Kyle Gilmartin is always our motivation now on this. So yes, it has greatly impacted us and our abilities. We've always been doing the job, but now we are hyper-focused.
Troy Smith from the Harrisburg area studies group violence, including gangs. He says Scranton's in a unique position.
Your area deals more on a national gang level. You're dealing with a lot of Bloods, Crips. Latin Kings are everywhere in Pennsylvania, but you probably have more sets up in that area because they are coming primarily out of New York.
Smith says these groups recruit kids, sometimes even as young as 10.
A lot of times the kids are the ones that are putting in the work on the street, whether that would be stealing the cars, selling the drugs. A lot of times they're the ones that are involved in the shootings, the drive-bys.
Officials say a lack of detention beds is contributing to this growing problem of juvenile and gang-related violence in Scranton. As Action 16 investigates, reported earlier this year, right now there is nowhere in northeastern Pennsylvania to house the most violent youth offenders. And sometimes they'll be sent back home. Or in cases such as that of 17-year-old Kenneth Tapia, who is accused of murder in Scranton, the crimes are serious enough to send these juveniles to an adult jail.
These kids and their decision-making are very brazen. There's no appreciation for life. There's accessibility to firearms. And we are placing all of our efforts in that direction.
Those who work with gangs across the state say these groups have figured that out.
You have the 15-year-old that has gotten caught with a gun 2 or 3 times and he hasn't been held accountable, but now when he turns 18, he's looking at federal time.
As Scranton continues to work toward a long-term solution.
I've never seen this investment before, and it's looking deep into our future. It impacts our future going forward quite a ways. We've had some short-term thinking in the past. And so I'm pleased that this is going to be long-term, and I look forward to the results.
And officials here in Scranton have already put into effect those short-term solutions to try to combat gang violence. But now that focus is on that long-term solution, a group violence initiative. We spoke with the mayor and the chief about this initiative. See what they had to say coming up on Newswatch 16 at 6. Lisa?
All right, Melissa, thank you so much for your reporting. And as Melissa mentioned, with the ongoing gang violence in Scranton, officials are looking at new ways to combat it. The city is looking to implement a group violence initiative known as GVI. The initiative is already up and running across the country and here in Pennsylvania in cities like Philadelphia, Harrisburg, and York. York police say about 8 years ago, they realized they couldn't arrest their way out of gun and gang violence. So instead, they took a new approach.
The schools thought they had the recipe alone to be able to fix it through education and haven't been able to fix it. And the police departments, we always thought we were the magic superhero to swoop in and save everybody, and we haven't been able to fix it. It wasn't until everybody came together and started working on doing it together that we were able to start to see this movement happen.
York City officials say they have proven results GVI is working, including cutting the number of shootings in the city in half. Coming up at 6, Newswatch 16's Melissa Steininger shows us the success of the program.